You look like a mummy. Here you are. Nice, let's move along. And you just keep walking and walking and walking here in Gibraltar until you get from, for example, where we've left St. Michael's Cave to the Siege Tunnels. Don't know how long it's going to take us, but somebody's walking from steps up, down. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Oh look, there are stairs that go to the top of the rock. Wow, you've got to be fit for that. Hopefully we're getting a bit closer to the Siege Tunnels. I'm going to go through here. And it does say slow. Hopefully we're not going to double back. Funny thing is, it says slow, but look at the sign. Be careful of rabbits crossing. Talking about Brabus, I just got passed by a Brabus and instructions how to get to the tunnels. After a half-an-hour walk, or seems like a half-an-hour walk, we have made it. We have made it to Princess Caroline's Battery, dating back to 1905. The Great Siege Tunnels. Fantastic. It's called a battery for obvious reasons. Here we are. Have a look for yourselves. Princess Caroline's Battery, 1905. The Signal Regiment. Bombastic, fantastic. And we got a cannon. Taking aim. Pretty cool. And Morocco slowly beginning to show itself in the distance. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Overlooking the airport. So let's rock and roll. It says, site of Old Willis Guard Room. Great Siege Tunnels. Wow. Excellent stuff. Well, we made it to the Great Siege Tunnel, greeted by this lovely friend with this view. Right over the full length of the airport, or should we say the runway. And Morocco in the distance. Now you can really see what the runway's like, how short it really is. I think that's the end or the beginning, whichever way you're going. And that's the end or the beginning on the right side. To the Great Siege Tunnels here in Gibraltar. This is a good journey.
Occupied the place where the first one was installed. The cast iron plaque on the wall records that this was the point at which the miners first made an opening in the face. The realisation that this would also make an excellent site for a cannon prompted them to modify the original plan of simply facing a gun on top of the notch and now along the
So the first cannon. What a decent size.
The location of the cannon here was accidental rather than being planned.
It was accidental, the positioning of the first gun, but it worked out very well. These are part of the original features of the Great Siege Tunnel. Here we are. Soldiers of fortune. Artificers. you imagine working here? This is what it was like. Digging the tunnels. Completely manual labour. Halt, who goes there? The Duke of Crillon. The fork, where we have a split. The Duke of Crillon is here. 1782, the third year of the siege. All of the French and Spanish forces besieging Gibraltar were put under the command of Jean-Louis de Balbès, the Belton de Crillon. Although he served as a nobleman in the Spanish army for 20 years, he was also, his recent conquest was in Minorca, so he was obviously a good choice. You continue going down, you never know when you get to the end. This is called St. Kochler's gun carriage. Three men, 4 men even manning it.
So, 8th immigration, the sortie.
Incredible. Not an easy life. The war never is. Horrible things. War should be banned. Tribalism as well needs to be taken seriously, look at. The Royal Engineers. Royal Engineers were responsible for a lot of the tunneling between 1941 and 43. We continue. This is called the window. They had a very good vantage point. As you can see. I think eventually we're going to get to the end. But you get to really see a bit of the rock. And this is called St. George Hall. Look at the size of the cannons. Every single direction. Could you imagine firing these cannons on? You'd be dead.
St. George's Hall was excavated in the Rochester centaury. Originally, it had outrageous for 7 tons, but one has since been put down. An error was cut through when communication was launched. Access to the latter was by means of a little spiral staircase now replaced by the main stairway. It is probable that the air handling was used to force control the landing from the and then the facing and secondly becomes more vessels in white and urban
pointing in all directions. Quite amazing. Can you imagine fire? The Spanish lines. And here we have World War II building. All the tunneling. It just seems to be endless. But again, it lies at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't even enter mind how much work this was. Not the most even surface, but pretty good. And here we are, at the end, at last. We made it. Holly-End Tunnel during World War II. And there's a sunken ship on the right side, being salvaged. Nice insurance job. And this is on the way back. It is a long way. You imagine wheeling guns up and down here. Incredible, just look at the detail. Operations during World War II. This would be your radio position, because they did have communications. So, radio man. Somebody having a sleep behind him. And there's an air raid. And in the tunnels we go down this staircase within the tunnel, taking us to another level. Oh, I didn't realize it was going to go quite this far down. It's a strong construction, natural construction. And here we arrive. It's called Cornwall's Hall. There we go. Not too much to see here, but it served a purpose. The guns. They had to carry every single one in by hand. Poor guys. He's got the ball and they'd store everything here. All the gunpowder. The safest place. No smoking, guys. There we are. gunpowder right deep inside the rock.
During the autumn of 1781, and under the cover of darkness, the Spanish gradually constructed fortifications much closer to the rock. The cannon and mortars they installed there were soon causing severe damage to both the town and the morale of the defenders. To counteract this, Governor Elliot decided to carry out an assault. The French military term was surprise, nighttime raid. At midnight on the evening of the 26th of November, 99 officers and 200. At midnight on the evening of the 26th of November, 99 officers and 2,435 soldiers assembled as quietly as possible on the rim sands.
A red hot shot. Pretty hard work.
The bakers had long been limited to the quantity of bread to be issued to the inhabitants, and sentries were placed at the wickets where it was delivered to prevent confusion and riots. The strongest, nevertheless, had the advantage, so that numbers of women, children, and infirm persons returned to their miserable habitations frequently without tasting for some days that chief and perhaps necessary support of life. The inhabitants were not only sufferers in this sea of distress, many officers and soldiers had family to support.
Halt! Who goes there?
Yeah, so there you go, the Duke of Lyon. And the hawk, who goes there?
Second liberation. After the end of the Napoleonic Wars in 1815, Gibraltar was directly threatened during the rest of the century. The risk of war in Europe remained, and so the British continued to improve the fortifications of the rock, including the addition of 27 miles, 12 kilometers, of tunnels. With the coming of steam-driven ships, Gibraltar's rock gradually changed from controlling the strait to protection of one of the main coaling stations on the English trade routes to the east. With a steady supply of rope and skilled sailors to work it, the artillerymen soon found a way to put these to good use by designing. An Anglo-Dutch force under the command of Admiral Sir George Root captured Gibraltar in 1704 as part of the War of Spanish Succession. After the war ended, the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 ceded Gibraltar to Great Britain in perpetuity. Towards the end of the 18th century, Britain's military power had become severely weakened through fighting the American War of Independence. Realizing this, Spain declared war on Britain in June 1779, with the main intention of regaining Gibraltar. Although the rock was soon besieged by Spanish forces, this posed no real threat until French reinforcements arrived in 1782. Elliot was the governor of Gibraltar during the Great Siege, and Evelyn, his aide-de-camp, was also in charge of the excavation of the tunnel. The original idea for this, however, belonged to Sergeant Major Ince, the military artificers. "13 men began work on 25th of May, 1782, and it took them 5 weeks to drive an 8-foot square tunnel 82 feet into the rock. At the end of 6 weeks, a hole to the outside was made. Whether this was for ventilation, for the easy disposal of the excavated rock, or simply an accident is not known for certain, but it was immediately obvious that this would make an excellent place to position a cannon.
And that's it. We end our journey in the Great Siege Tunnel with Handy Sandy Travel on YouTube and Handy Sandy 48 on Instagram. Hope you enjoyed that. Somebody's got a monkey bite. Love those. Fun. Okay, there we go. Nico.